This is Coyote News.
The controversy over whether or not a state senator can keep her seat in the legislature continues. A committee responsible for reviewing and disciplining the reported misconduct of Pennington County Senator Julie Frye Mueller led to her being reinstated, but they're drafting a report to recommend her censure. The committee and the senator held a private 4-hour hearing yesterday with the state employee who filed a complaint against her. In a letter to legislative leaders, the Legislative Research Council staffer says Frye Mueller talked graphically about how the staffer's husband could assist her in breastfeeding her child and criticized the employee for vaccinating her child. The senator reportedly told her that her baby would get autism. The staffer says Frye Mueller's husband, Mike, who is a lobbyist, was also present during the conversation in the LRC offices. This is the first time a senator has been suspended in South Dakota. Coyote News' Carter Linke is live in the muck to tell us what this historical event means for the state. Carter?
Thank you, Marissa. I'm here with Emeritus Professor Dr. Michael Card to discuss this topic. Dr. Card, how might we see the suspension of Senator Frye Mueller influencing other disciplinary actions in the state?
Well, I think one of the things is, as was noted, this is the first time a sitting senator has been disciplined in this manner. There have been a couple other investigations in the last 20 years, but this is the first time that a select committee was impaneled, held hearings and interviews, and found that Senator Frye Mueller did engage in a form of sexual harassment with this staff person of the Legislative Research Council. So I think going forward, it will be easier now because we have a process in place, and we would hope that it doesn't happen again. But this is quite often, and unfortunately, a frequent event that occurs in very rural states.
And how has previous investigations in the state influenced this action?
Well, I don't know, other than they've been sort of unprecedented, and the previous investigations dealt with a member of the Senate sleeping in the same bed with a page, and the other one was a member of the House of Representatives who was sleeping with interns. The key thing here is sexual harassment can be one of two things, and that was the opening. One method was that it's quid pro quo, trading this for that. That was the second case. And then the other one is creating a hostile work environment where a person feels anxious and nervous and that their job might be at threat if they didn't comply and participate in the activities being suggested.
And in your view, has the Senate followed standard procedure during this investigation?
Well, I don't know if it's followed standard procedure because there isn't a standard procedure on this. They did follow procedures dealing with discipline involving an employee. And I think that's the key difference here is this is an employee as opposed to an otherwise criminal act. And in this case, what they acted on was appropriate in terms of how they dealt with the issues of interviewing both parties and coming to a determination.
Thank you. Live in the muck for Coyote News, I'm Carter Linke.
Thanks, Carter. The Senate will review the report from the disciplinary committee.